Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of Shop Talk Tonight, with, of course, BlasterPro and Disco myself. What do you got for us today?
Well, actually, you know what? We got a little bit. It's going to be a short night tonight. Of course, obviously, if you're reading the comments earlier, Matt is not here. Matt is, he's actually not on assignment. He is on a covert op this time. And, so we'll see him in, what, I think 2 weeks? Is that right, Joe?
So
Yes.
I'm free of Matt for 2 weeks?
2 weeks. I don't know if you will be here, because you're kind of touch and go these days.
No, the hospital's fun.
Yeah, but Rodney's on the mend. He's getting a lot better, and he's a lot more, he's just as grumpy as he was in the beginning, but he's actually healing up. If you've seen the pictures out there, they're not nearly as gross as they used to be.
I'm not becoming a zombie, sad face.
So, Joe Bones says hi, Chuck.
Hey,
Darren
Joe.
says hi. Brett's on. Daryl's on.
I actually, I was thinking about you guys the other night, Joe. I was just like, how much I miss seeing you guys and getting out and having fun. So, but yeah, it's good hearing from you and good seeing you, Joe. I hope you enjoy. We don't have a lot to do tonight, but it's going to be a lot of fun anyway. It's probably going to be a short show, maybe a half hour. Maybe we can stretch it longer. We're not for sure. First thing I actually want to talk about was last week's contest. Did you watch it?
No.
Okay.
I did.
Well, I think I watched it long enough to make obnoxious comments.
So, anyway, last week we had Family Feud.
Russ was on.
Hey, Russ. Everybody's favorite train wreck. Well, no, Matt's favorite train wreck. Everybody else's favorite train wreck is now Jeopardy, of course. So I thank you for everybody playing. It was a lot of fun. And Robbie was our big winner last week. I haven't seen if Robbie's on yet tonight. But Robbie, your blaster went out today, and a few of the other back prizes went out. I finally got everything situated, and I was able to get to the post office and send a lot of the back prizes out. So they are out. I'm still holding on to Brett's stuff, though. I kind of like to let Brett suffer a little bit longer. So
He's so far away.
yeah, and it's so far. He's all the way up close to the Lake Erie or something up there, all the way up north in Ohio.
The Arctic Circle.
The Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
Brett didn't play.
Yeah.
His comment, not mine.
Well, you know what? Brett, you already won like 3 out of the 4 prizes, wasn't it? 4 prizes or 5 prizes in our big May giveaway. So he came out pretty good. He's like, at this point, I think he's our top winner of all time. Mm-hmm. But anyway, the Etsy store is up and running, is working great. Sales are picking up. Just about everything is available. I even have I sold all the E11s that were up, so keep close eye, because E11s are just going to periodically start showing up as soon as I get a little bit. I have a lot of in-shop orders for E11s. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 E11 orders that are not Etsy orders. You know what in-shop orders are like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to tell you not to ship it to your own address.
No, you order on Etsy, and then he'll either put down his regular address and then email me about not mailing it, and I didn't even realize it was him, or he'll put down my address.
And then he'll print out the label.
Then I'll print the label, meaning I bought the shipping. So, yeah. So, the Etsy store is working great. I didn't get a chance, like I said, we already went over that, but I didn't get a chance to make that many new blasters for taking new photos, so I photoshopped them, and they look horrible, but
We are high quality here.
no, you know what? I'm compliant now, even if I photoshopped it in, actually, it wasn't even Photoshop, it was Windows Paint.
Mario Paint?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So anyway, I got that going, and I think everything is up there except for just a few small items. The Mando helmet, I promised we would have that tonight, but I had a busy week and did not have time to do much to it. But next week, the ears should be fit, and hopefully the key and the back will be ready. Hopefully before contest night, which is on the 27th. I don't know if I mentioned that. Actually, I've moved past that. I need to get back to that. This month's contest is going to be on the 27th, the last Tuesday of the month. Prize, we're not 100% sure what it's going to be yet. Joe's pointing at the lightsaber, because the lightsaber was up for last month, wasn't it?
But we went with the blaster.
We went with the blaster. The blaster got voted.
Off camera, you had said you were pretty sure, not 100%,
Yeah,
but pretty
yeah.
sure that it was going to be that.
You know what? I might.
It's pretty.
I know, it is pretty. But I have a Kylo Ren that looks pretty awesome, too. Maybe we'll do a Kylo Ren. That's the first anything non-original.
Classic
Yeah, we'll do the Kylo Ren. I think this month the winner will be the winning prize will be a Kylo Ren 3D lightsaber. I think that'll work. Yeah, works for Joe. Works for me.
Sweet.
You know, Matt, you don't get to comment if you're not here.
Can we just mute him?
Can we unfriend Matt?
I don't know. We're trying to get you to be louder so I can hear you.
Oh, you want me to be louder?
Just move closer to the mic.
I have to be more enunciative.
Because I can really hear you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
I'll
So-
be here in 20 seconds.
Yeah. So, the game. I was wanting to redo Jeopardy, try to do Jeopardy to make it work again, but since Matt is out of town, I want to say we don't want to derail this fine-tuned program. Quick question. What red do you use for the guard again? I couldn't remember. Joe, can you grab it? You see it right over there? I can't remember the exact name, but I'll give you the part number and everything, Brett.
No, it's Brett. Just say whatever's
No,
on sale.
no.
Just say whatever's on sale.
It's not whatever's on sale.
It'd be funny.
There it is right there. That's it. This is the actual color that the CRLs call for, and it is Rust-Oleum Gloss Enamel, and it is called Regal Red. There you go, right there. It's Regal Red. And if you need the part number, I don't even know if it has a part number on it, but it's called Regal Red, Brett. And this is it. This is right here. Actually, you can see right here it says Royal Guard on it for when it's in our stash.
Now, do they come like that at the paint place?
Yeah. It's actually a formula that's been around a long time.
Okay.
But anyway, the one thing I don't like about it, Brett, is you need to let it sit for 3 or 4 days before it will stop taking fingerprints from handling. It doesn't dry as fast as I would like. And honestly, in the future, I am looking to take Regal Red and have it color matched by a paint supply company that I work closely with here down in the shop. They're pretty much the guys that supply my body fillers and my primers and all that stuff. And I'm going to have them create a base coat clear coat, or a base coat, and I'm going to use a base coat clear coat system to paint my helmets in the future. It's going to make the quality a little bit higher on the paint job. It's going to raise the price because I'll probably be putting close to $100 worth of material on a helmet, but it'll be just as good as the finish that's on your car. And they will be able to give me a very strong match to this particular color. I'm not giving them the cap. If anybody out there says, oh, I know what you're... I'm not giving them the cap. I'm going to give them probably either a finished helmet or an actual spray out with a black with black underneath, because I spray on black. This stuff, if you spray on white, doesn't give you the right... well, if you put 100 coats on, it'll get to the right color or tone of red. You have to really spray this over black primer. So... I'll spray it on black and then have it tested and color matched in the future. And then I'll be doing base coat, clear coat jobs of it, which will be a lot nicer and a lot more durable.
Now, is that true for any type of paint that you use?
Actually, all my paint jobs that I'll be going to be doing in the shop in the future are going to go base coat, clear coats, because it's faster than this, but it's 5 times more expensive, but it's also 5 times better. So,
More better.
Yeah, more gooder.
So, Daryl has a question.
Yes, Daryl.
If we're talking about Royal Guards, any updates on my helmet I won? Still cool, just wondering.
No, actually,
You can tell him. Not me.
no, I was getting ready to say, I finally got I didn't figure out the box situation. I mailed 2 helmets today, and I was thinking about mailing yours also, but I have a little sports car, and 3 helmets would not fit in the car. So expect yours. My week's kind of, I don't know if a lot of people know that I've been asked to help out some friends of mine that have a business that were short technicians, and they pulled me out of retirement and pressed me into service. So doing this show on Tuesday nights, and my Monday nights are domestic, going out to dinner and grocery shopping, and then Wednesday nights is the Rat Pack, the longest running ever single armor party, been running every Wednesday night for almost 8 years now. That's Wednesday, so Thursday and Friday is when I finally get freed up to work down in the shop and to do stuff. So look for yours to be shipped at the end of the week, if not the beginning of next week, depending on how everything works for me. But I have been wanting to get it out. It's just sitting over here collecting dust. I might even throw a lightsaber kit in. You can tell me what it's like, because I'm getting ready to start selling 3D printed lightsaber kits. So maybe I'll throw a kit in and let you build it and do a customer review or something like that on it. Yes.
So now another popular question, other than Matt
Yeah.
and Amanda,
Yeah.
other than those two, is the standing on the DC-15 and the SE-14. How are they coming along?
The SE-14 and the DC-15, the pistol is on hold.
Okay.
But I'm not doing a lot with it right now. The tune-up things I was going to do, things changed, and the price changed, and I kind of just walked away from it at the time.
Our viewers just wanted
Yeah,
a little bit of an update.
I know.
Because even Brett's asking.
It sounds like Brett is just jumping on the Matt bandwagon is what it is.
Hey, they asked, we answered.
Yeah. And the SE-14, I know I should have had it done a long time ago. It's come down to a matter of materials and having the materials that I need.
Isn't that the one Larry just got done?
No, he's working on an E22 and an E11D or something like that. E11D. Which is exactly what I printed for him, actually.
Well, when I was down there, he was fashioning pieces from a vacuum cleaner onto the end of it, so...
Well, the barrel is really... he was converting a Nerf, is what he was doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Jumped on the Amanda bandwagon. Yeah. We kind of know that. Yeah, I see that. I can see that.
Well, Amanda is a saint.
Yeah. You know, I was actually talking a little bit to Sean this week, which I miss seeing Sean. But he's ready for
Build weekends.
build weekends. Yeah, so their build weekends are going to be coming soon also for pit crew people that might be watching. We're getting geared up to get ready for con season, or our con season.
Wax your mullets and come in, kid.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be busy. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be hot. It's going to be miserable. And we're probably all going to get pissed at each other. And our favorite McDonald's that we always used to buy burgers from is gone, so we don't know what we're going to do now.
We got Wendy's.
Yeah, that's true. We do have Wendy's. But yeah, but it was like Wendy's really doesn't have a good dollar menu burger.
That and this Wendy's is worse than that McDonald's and actually getting
It's
the
twice
order.
as slow, yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, tonight's topic is Velcro and putting your for Velcro webbing on your armor. I had a product that I've showed to a lot of friends of mine, especially people down here in the workshop building stuff. I've showed it to you.
Yep.
I've showed it to Joe. Everybody's used it down here. We use it on a speeder bike. We use it anytime you need to use any type of tape. And the different types of tape we use it with are double back stick tape. This is a 3M tape. It's actually a cool tape. A lot of people don't realize that the product I'm going to talk about tonight and this tape, they actually tape buses together with this. Aluminum sided buses. They tape it together. You know those cart buses? Mm-hmm. You know, the ones that got the van cab and they got... Those sides are not riveted on. They've got aluminum caps that rivet it on, and they got stuff that goes along the sides that rivet in the bottom. But the panels themselves are not connected together any other way than by 3M double-sided tape.
Wow.
And the way they do that is they also use the product I'm going to talk about tonight. This is actually Gorilla, but Hernan's not here tonight, so I don't need to bring up the Gorilla tape that we have. This is Gorilla Tape's version of double-sided tape. And it's actually almost just as good as the 3M. It works really good. Haven't used it as much, so I'm not going to say it's better, but it's almost just as good. I've used this for 20 years, and it's great. It's a good product. But when you have adhesive Velcro and you're doing your webbing to your TK armor, your Mando armor, any armor that you're doing, a lot of Mando armor is attached. You sew on your Velcro to your vest and then attach Velcro to the inside of your armor. But how often when you're peeling off your armor plate, your Velcro also starts coming off of your armor? I know it's a problem I actually have had in the past because I didn't use this type of material or product when I built my Sand Trooper. But since then, I have gone back. Breton.
Don't worry about it.
All right, but since then, I've gone back and reapplied all my sticky Velcro to the inside of my armor with this particular product. What this stuff is designed for, this is a automotive adhesion promoter. Yeah, there you go. Joe's pulling up a picture of it right now, so you can actually get the part number. I believe you could go into an auto parts store that is automotive paint based, like a Paint Center or something, or a chain that has a paint center. Like for us locally, we have KOI and we have Smythe, and they all have paint centers. So
some Napas also carry that.
Okay, good. So, or Napas. If you want this product, you could probably go into a regular store and have them order it and bring it to that store, or they'll tell you, just go to our paint center 2 miles down the road, and they'll give you all you got. Yeah, pull up the other one.
I'm working on it.
I believe you can get this in single packs, but I'm not 100% sure. But this is how it typically comes in a body shop.
You can also order it off of Etsy and off of Amazon.
Okay, so it's available on Amazon and Etsy. I will tell you right now, this particular one, I have two that I'm going to talk about tonight, but this one here is my absolute favorite. And whenever you use it, if you decide to use it, especially to attach your Velcro to the inside of your armor, you will find that your Velcro, your sticky back Velcro, will actually be hard to get off your fingers because this stuff is on there. And what's in here is, it's a small little impregnated sponge of this adhesion promoter. This is great stuff. You can use it to bond two pieces together with double-sided tape. And of course, you're not going to have, this is going to help eliminate those times when you're pulling your armor off and you know your Velcro's coming with it, and you get in there and hold your Velcro down and then pull it rest away and then smooth the Velcro over, and for whatever reason believe the Velcro will continue to stick better or continue to stick if you just save it and push it down.
No, we probably should bring up too, now that I think about it, that like in the Mando armor, the pieces that you put on your vest, you do not want to use the sticky Velcro for. Because
well, you can't you can technically sew sticky backed, but when you're doing like Mando armor and you have the Velcro on the vest and then the armor on the and then the Velcro on the armor plate, the vest Velcro is typically sewable Velcro, and then adhesive backed Velcro on your armor plates. But no. Yes.
What preparation do you need to do on the armor before using
Okay, the most important preparation is wipe it down with alcohol. Alcohol will clean off oils and hopefully any paint overspray. You don't want to be putting this on paint overspray because you obviously didn't prep the back of your armor for paint. So if there's paint overspray back there, clean that off, and hopefully, if you might go to something stronger like a paint thinner or lacquer thinner, to clean that area. But once it's clean and dry, you use one of two products. We'll get to the other one here in a second. But use an adhesion promoter like this. These are great because you can feel it. There's just a little sponge in the side of it. You can feel a little sponge. The sponge is about that big, but it's got the adhesion promoter in it, and you use that. Primarily in a body shop, these are used when we reattach body side moldings. You take a body side molding off a car, you clean all the tape off, then you put this down, and then you reapply the tape, and you put it on, and this stuff just holds like nobody's business. That molding is on there, and it's going to stay on there. There's a funny story. When we were building the speeder bike, the ribs on the motor assembly, they're actually on our bike are 4-inch car body side moldings. I got a hold of a partially used roll of these, and I said, "Hey guys, I was not doing this part of the project, but I said, hey, when you go to do this, use this." And they put them on there. They didn't believe it would work. They said they went ahead and did it. And then within that night, they started popping off. And they were popping off because they had to be bent at extreme angles. And I said, well, did you use this? And then it's like, well, no. Because it's not going to work anyways, what they said. This is a stupid idea. It's not going to work. I said, if you use this, it will work. So no, it won't. So I pulled them off and cleaned them like I would at the body shop. Cleaned them, retaped them, and then applied this, and then put them back on. And that was 7 years ago.
Still there today.
And they're still on today. So,
to be fair, you never listen to the subject matter expert. Never.
All I say is, I've done the work, I've done the time. Just listen to me, and it'll work out to find the first time. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, so there's another version of this material that I use a lot. We've actually used it down here a lot because it's more of a bulk of that material, and that's this. Norton's molding tape adhesive promoter. It's a very similar product. I sometimes, and it might just be my own bias against the 3M stuff, but we use it down here, and it gives us good results. I think it doesn't work as good as the 3M, but like I said, it could be my own personal bias because I love the 3M products so much more. And this stuff comes, it's got the little spongy dongle, like on the PVC glue kits. That's what's in here, the sponge. So if you do get some of this is bulk, more of a bulk. This is way more than you're going to need. This is probably enough adhesion promoter to assemble 100 stormtroopers or more.
Can I see it?
Yeah, go ahead. Here you go. But if you're putting a stormtrooper, a TK together, and there's certain spots you do need to have Velcro on the inside, like your chest to your back piece. On my TK, my thighs are elastic strap, black strap with Velcro that go up in underneath my ab plate. That's how mine stay up. I don't do the belt or suspender for the thighs. My thighs are suspended off my ab plate, and it's all done by Velcro. Even the Velcro's on both ends, so it's my TK. After I redid it, the first time I trooped it, I went back and redid everything with this. My shoulder bells have it. My biceps have it. My shins and my thighs, because my shins, I had to be able to open them to get them off. So I Velcroed them on. I Velcroed them closed using this. So that Velcro goes the entire length of my calves, my calf armor on my TK. So, you have to be careful. Once it's opened, it's only good for about 10 minutes or so, 5 or 10 minutes. So you got to hit the spots you're going to hit. So you got to be ready to go. So for me, when I was doing mine, I had one of these for the chest and the ab, I had one for one arm and one for the other arm, and then one for each leg. So I ended up having a total of about 5, and I had a sixth one in reserve just in case I needed it.
Now, do you put your Velcro on with that wet, or does it have to dry?
You have to put this on, and you let it flash to a filmy finish. It'll actually dry dull.
I think it's a little cloudy.
Yeah, it gets a little cloudy. And you don't put it on when it's wet. You let it flash off. But it's very solvent-based, so it flashes very quick. Like if I was doing a body side molding that was as long as this table, I would wipe this side, wipe that side, and by the time I start the tape and then run it out to put it on, it's already flashing ready to go. It's that quick. It's not like barge cement where you got to wait 5 to 10 minutes depending on the humidity and the heat in the room and all that stuff. So it works great. It does. I mean, if anybody in costuming, this is a product you should know about. And I think I talked about it once before on our sticky episode. We were having a sticky episode, but that was primarily a bulldog episode, wasn't it, Joe?
No, that was the tape and glue episode.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was another Hernan type episode.
It was?
Yes.
That was me and you, Matt was on assignment.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah, the Hernan Gorilla Glue fiasco.
That was before we had this.
Yes, that was way before we had this. So anyway, I know this is kind of boring because it's a small topic, but honestly, if you are putting together a TK, you're putting together just about any costume that uses Velcro for closure.
It doesn't even have to be Star Wars.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Star Wars either. This is something you once you discover it, it's like one of those things. How did I live life without it? You know, it
The ray of light comes down, the sound, the horn.
yeah. I see the light.
Now, does it work on vinyl?
No, I don't know. You know what it works on.
Yes, it does.
Well, if you're going to stick something to vinyl, like what it's really designed to is this use tape. It's used in conjunction with tape. This type of tape or Velcro. That's what it is. It really doesn't matter what you're sticking it to unless you're sticking it to an oily something. So yes, it probably would work with Velcro or a vinyl, I'm sorry. But primarily it's a product that if you're going to try to stick this to vinyl, I would try to use this because this will give you a whole lot more of a chance of success. Nobody likes.
The reason I say yes is because I saw demonstrations of it while I was looking up for photos.
Oh, is there other people in the costuming community discovered this, or was it used someplace else?
It was used in a car.
Oh, vinyl on a car? Okay.
So nobody was tasting it and telling us what it tasted like?
That's your job, and that's how you got to where you are now.
I need a drink.
No, it's a great product. You can pick this up anywhere. It's a 3M product, so go through some automotive stores to find it. And like Joe said, it's available on Etsy
And Amazon. Just type it in.
And if you need to, we'll throw the part number up one more time if you want to try it out for yourself. That's it right now. 06396.
All you have to do is type in the 3M Automotive Adhesive Promoter 06396. You will get the options for the individual packets or the box.
How much is an individual packet? Did you see?
They were packs of 3, and it was like, I think 2 something.
So it was $2 and something for a pack of 3 of these. So if you're doing a TK, I said you'll probably need 5 to 6. So you're what? $6.
Honest to goodness, I think the box.
The box is the best value.
Yeah, because I think it was like 12 or 15 bucks.
And how many was in a box? 20, 25? I think it's 20.
But even using them around the house for stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Works great.
Yeah, we actually use them down here in the workshop because we want to tape something to something else. I can't think of what we've done down here, but we use this all the time. I'll just grab them out of the drawer. My supply has gotten very limited over time because I'm not working full time in a body shop anymore. And
it's like 25 in a box.
25 in a box for $12.
Something like that. Yeah.
So great for an armor party. So all you Mandos putting on armor parties and your 501st people, you can take this little shop tip, which is this little adhesion promoter,
and impress everyone. And
you don't even have to tell them it came from me because I don't need the credit. I just want you to know this is something good and this is something that will help you. And with that,
Let's open it up for discussion.
yeah, we can open it up for discussion. It's been quiet. Brett and Matt stopped arguing, so
Because they got a room.
yeah, they went to their own private chat room. So if anybody has any questions, go ahead and throw them out there. Matter of fact, anytime you have any questions, that's what Matt usually does. Roger's here, and Joe's been doing a great job
Who the
catching.
hell's Roger?
Joe, Rodney. Who is Roger? There's no Roger here. Anyway, those guys have been doing a good job because I normally don't read the screen at all. So those guys will pick up stuff for me and then answer the questions, just like someone else is asking the questions.
So I guess we got to wait the buffer to see if anybody has any
Yeah,
questions.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's just the question. It's just now going out.
Yeah, awkward silence.
No awkward silence.
Oh, my friend Greg is watching. He's from Florida.
Hey, Greg, how's the weather in Florida?
And then
Oh, wait, they got a hurricane coming in, don't they?
tropical storm.
Tropical storm.
And then Josh,
My parents
my
drove
old
through it.
roommate from West Virginia, is watching.
Ah, hello, Josh. So, like I said, the adhesion promoter, it's, you can actually, if you wanted like a bulk to sit down, I have 2 cans of this. One can, I've had 2 cans for 10 years. This one's the one that's open, and it's 2/3 full. And I used it last week. But the one thing funny about this one is, just like rubber cement, it always glues itself back shut.
Jeff has something for Rodney.
Yes. Right, yeah.
And then
Yes,
SB
Jeff,
says
I'm alive.
painting PVC to avoid scratching off.
Oh, okay.
Question mark, question.
Yeah, painting PVC to avoid scratch. That's a different topic, but we have that covered, and we have done that in the past. Joe, do you see it?
See what?
Do you see the dog? All the way to the right, 1/3 can in.
I know where we're going.
You know what I'm saying? And on your way back, grab the scuff pads. Yeah, we got you covered because we do this a lot here anyway. What do we have there? Hold on, in hot environments.
Which shelf?
Next shelf up, paint shelf, right above your hand where it was, just right there. Grab it. Ah-ha-ha. And grab me a scuff pad right there. Okay. First off, Daryl, yes, it actually tends to hold pretty good. Like, there's no hotter, sweaty environment than underneath a TK. It's like a rainforest. It's like your own little ecosystem underneath there. And it actually tends to hold up really well in it. If it holds up in the hot Florida sun with all the humidity and all the nastiness going on. Yes, Joe?
Example, I've used this on my armor and it holds.
Okay, Joe,
And I'm a furnace.
the
You
elephant
put off some
foot,
BTUs. Yeah.
the walking furnace, I think it's what, 1,500 BTUs? We measured you once.
Yeah.
Joe gave me a sunburn one day, just
Hey,
sitting next to me.
I gotta say, I like
yes,
setting mine-
it actually, to answer Daryl, sorry, Rodney, I didn't mean to cut you off. It does seem to work pretty good in warm, moist environments like the inside of your armor. Mine has never come off, and the corners have not peeled up like you typically get with your Velcro when you got it in there. And anybody, I forgot, I should have mentioned this. This is a tip that a lot of people don't talk about. Fuzzy side, we got the fuzzy, and then we got the hook. Your hook should be facing away from your body, and the fuzzy will be facing towards your body. And the reason why is your undersuit on your TK armor or anything like that, the hook will chew a hole through that suit. And anybody that spends the money for a compression undersuit understands that pants are expensive, the shirts are expensive. Put the soft fuzzy side towards you and the aggressive hook away from you. That's actually just an actual better.
I know we'll wear through
Side
your
note real
skin.
quick.
Yes, we're going to get to the PVC, Lee, here in a second.
Josh, my old roommate that's on there,
Yes.
he was the one asking me about the DC-15s. He just came on, so
Okay, all right.
I'm going to get in that brief
All right,
update
all right.
real quick.
Okay. It's everybody trying to get me back into the DC-15s.
No, he came on late, so he didn't hear it
Oh, okay. All right. You sure you didn't call him?
earlier. Sure,
All right.
I got you on over here.
All right. See that? I got sunburnt today. You see how red I am? All right. So, yes. Daryl, it will work good. It holds up good in hot and moist. Ed, PVC, painting PVC to keep it from flaking and scratching off. Well, first thing, always, if you're everywhere, if you know me, this is the first thing I'll tell you: scuff, scuff, and more scuffing. You need to prep You need to prep your surfaces for paint. That means you need to scratch the surface, and what you're doing when you scratch the surface is you're scratching your surface, and the paint has something to bite to. So it's just like when we're born, our brains are smooth. The older we get, the smarter we get. The brain needs more surface area. That's why the brain looks the way it is. It needs more surface area for neurons and stuff. Paint likes to have more surface area to stick, and that's what scuffing does. It puts small scratches for the paint to stick to. So,
and that is
this is a red scuff pad. This is made by 3M. You can use you can use 320 paint or a 320 sandpaper if you would like. 320 is the minimum grits. It's like the most aggressive I would ever paint over top of. So first off, you use the scuff pad. Then you'll use an alcohol or some sort of cleaner to remove grease and any dirt. And then this right here, this is called Bulldog Adhesion Promoter. This is the best stuff ever for making paint stick. We did a whole episode. I think we did almost an hour and a half on this one night, didn't we? Mm-hmm. I've used this to make paint. I've got paint that has stuck to vinyl powderings for my TK that we bought a bunch of old stained white ones at half price because they couldn't sell them. I prepped them, literally scratched them with one of these, wiped them down with alcohol, sprayed this. 5 minutes later, I top coated with blue, and they have not cracked, they have not peeled. The paint is just as nice as the day I put it on them. So if you're having an issue like trying to get paint to, and PVC is kind of a weird material anyway. It does not like to hold paint. So this is going to give you the tooth. This is going to give you a little extra bite to make that happen. This stuff is expensive, but it's going to last you. A can of this will last you probably a year or more, depending on how much costuming and prop building you do. But we use this all the time. This goes almost hand in hand on builds with this. They literally do. They almost go hand in hand. We've used this on multiple builds that we've done here as a group. I've used this on costume stuff. Like I said, vinyl pieces that need to be painted a different color. Foam. Clone Troopers, a lot of Clone Troopers have foam belts because really the vac form belts kind of suck and don't really look good, but the foam belts look phenomenal. But paint doesn't stick to them. This will stick to the foam, and the paint will stick to this. This is a locking barrier between the material that you're painting and the paint itself. And it's, for the most part, very flexible. So if you're trying to create, the PVC is the big thing, that's a question. But yeah, this and your PVC problems are over. Yeah, you're done. This will help you a long way, and you might be able to get away without spending any money for this. But if you want to, like, I don't want to ever redo it again, and I need something to last forever, this is the ticket for that. Yeah, Joe knows, because Joe's been around long enough. He knows how much I champion this stuff.
There you go.
Rodney's not so much, haven't you? You've been around for championing of that?
I've seen the shoes, but I refuse to use it because I like to do things the hard way.
Yeah, he likes to redo things multiple times. He's got to be difficult. But no, anybody that comes around here, they say, man, that stuff expensive. But yeah, but you don't have to redo it. Or yeah, it'll make it last forever. So sometimes, to get the finish you need and to get something that's going to last for a long time, you got to spend a little bit of money. This is an expensive item.
Get your money's worth.
You do get your money's worth. This stuff, you only need a single light to medium coat of it. So it's like and then it's done. And then you go back over it with your paint. And, I think this, normally I will wait somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes. It all depends on your environment. I've kind of learned to see what the Bulldog needs to look like before I spray over top of it. But if you follow the directions on the back of the can, you're going to get you should get a good result.
Can you taste it?
You can taste it. It's horrible. It even smells like it's something that's going to cause cancer. It's very wicked smelling stuff.
Sweet.
It's not good to breathe it. Use it in a well ventilated area, and always wear a respirator anytime you're painting or messing with any chemicals or something that has a lot of vapors or anything. That's like a no brainer. Everybody says that.
This may be why you haven't let me use Bulldog.
It's not that I haven't let you use Bulldog. You haven't actually come up with a process that needs Bulldog. Like, you want to weather something, you don't really need Bulldog. No. Bulldog is really primarily used if it's already going to be a tough surface. Because, here's an example.
Like PVC pipe.
Anybody out there, I don't know how many, well, you got 7 people on, but how many people have been out there and you've been at the store, maybe the dollar store, or been at even a Pottery Barn is where I like to go sometimes. You find a plastic cup, but it's that type of plastic that you kind of already know that it doesn't like paint, but it's the perfect shape and size to make a gauntlet out of. So you go ahead and buy it thinking, we're going to do this. You scuff it, you do everything you need, you add all the bits and bobs to it, and it fits, and it's making a cool gauntlet. You paint it black, and then you troop it, and halfway through the troop, a hunk of paint flies off, or it scratches, but it's not just scratching, it's sprawling paint off along the scratch lines.
Battle damage.
Yeah, battle damage, except you're down to a weird green cup again.
I was going to say pink.
Pink. Okay, Joe says pink. Floridian cup. So anyway, you're back down to this weird colored plastic cup, and it doesn't look Star Warsy. It looks like it's something you stole from your grandmother. So we rewind. You got all the greeblies. You got everything done on it. You got it all made up the way you want it. You've got it scuffed, and you think that's going to be enough, but you just kind of know by touching and feeling that paint's just not going to stick to this stuff. That is where this comes in. This will make paint stick to that.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Now, if you put that down to promote the adhesion and you do it in a humid area, you know how paint tends to...
Takes longer to flash off in humidity, is what it does. If it says to wait 10 minutes and it's humid, wait 15 minutes.
But that will keep the paint from doing the same thing, correct? It's peeling off like it tends to do.
Yeah, I've used this... There's another weird characteristic of this material. I've had it just like everybody else who's had this happen. You're doing a paint job, and turns out the paints you're messing with don't like each other, and they tend to lift. So now you're in a situation, you have a helmet that's painted, but it's lifted in certain areas, but it's not lifted in others. And then you go back and try to repaint the whole thing, and then you have more lift issues. Then you got to sand that out. And it seems like when it starts, you're chasing it all the time. Bulldog has the capacity, in my own, I don't recommend this as a fix for it, because I don't think it's a real true fix. But I've used Bulldog in 2 to 3 coats, light coats over top of an entire helmet that's been lifting, and it's like locked everything down, and it solved my lifting issues. Now that was a last ditch attempt. I was at the end of my rope. It worked. And then another time someone else was having a very similar issue, and I said, let's just do this. And we did it, and it worked for them. I'm not going to say it's going to work for everybody, but it is a possibility to head off lifting issues. And I kind of think you put down one coat, and then you apply Bulldog, and then you put down the next. So we all know that you're always supposed to test. Spray this color over top of it to see if they react together and lift. If they don't, then go ahead. But if they
Why would you do that? That takes time.
If they do, switch paints. Try to get the same color in different brands. Because we don't want you... The worst thing in the world is spend all this time in the world to paint a helmet. I know we're totally off topic right now, aren't we, Joe?
You're fine.
Joe's cool, though. But anyway, it sucks to spend all this time and energy sanding and getting a helmet perfect to not test your paints and then have them lift. And then when they do lift, it's a disaster because it seems like once you have a lifting problem, it just never stops, and it keeps going back and back and back and back further. And you can't even get to... So, to be able to have a product like Bulldog that theoretically could seal everything and lock it and hold it down and stop the lifting problem is kind of cool. Because if I spent a week prepping a helmet, 2 days, third attempt, and I'm still having a lifting problem, I'm willing to spend $25-$30 for a can of something that's going to stop this disaster. So anyway, I know we weren't planning to talk about Bulldog, and if anybody's been with us before, you know I will talk forever about Bulldog because it's a great product. But the 3M sticky adhesion promoter for your tapes and your adhesives, your basically your tapes, your double-sided tapes, your sticky back Velcro, all that kind of stuff. This is ideal for it. It's a huge benefit to use it. It will help you. You know, there's nothing worse than unkitting and pulling everything off, and you realize that when you pulled your Velcro off, that you actually didn't get all the Velcro that was on the armor is still on the strap that you just unhooked. So
you know somebody's going to ask it, can you use hot glue?
Oh, it doesn't do anything with hot glue. It doesn't help hot glue stick to anything. Hot glue has its own thing. This is for your sticky backed double-sided tapes, adhesive Velcro right here, and similar products to these. I'm not going to say it works. It's not like for Scotch tape, but you know, we got our Gorilla tape right here. We got our Gorilla. This Gorilla tape is very closely related to this. These are two very similar tapes. I use a lot of this because I have a lot of it, and I have a little bit of this. I have a few more full rolls that have never been used. But I love the 3M more than the Gorilla because I have a lot more experience with it, and I really, really do know what this will do.
Actually, we use the silicone version of that for a lot of the electronic stuff I do.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of the speeder bike held together with that.
Yeah.
And with that and this.
Yeah, this
holding
is just
the speeder
a foam.
bike. It's like a foam, yeah.
Yeah, the other one, it's silicone and stretchy.
Okay. Cool. So we didn't get much. Hey, Joshua, but we didn't get much. We didn't get too much too many questions. We got a few questions. Thank you, Ed, for your question. And Daryl, thank you for your question. Ed, you know, some people might be like, oh gosh, he's talking about.
Can you do the same with 3M and sticking Velcro to fabric instead of sewing?
No, you cannot.
Nope.
You're gonna have to. It's better to sew to your fabric.
There's just too much.
Yeah, this is for like the 3M adhesion promoter. It's for hard surfaces. You know, here's something that I see a lot, and I can totally identify with this. Velcro is expensive, especially when you get it in this capacity right here. And a lot of people are like, well, if I use the fuzzy side on the armor and then the loop side on, and then I have to go buy more loop side to sewable Velcro to my armor, now or to my vest, I'm sorry. Now I have a foot of non-matched loop on one side and then a foot of hook that nothing hooks.
You can actually sew with the sticky side to yours.
You know how the only way you can do it, and the only way I recommend it,
yeah,
it gunks.
Alcohol.
You have to do it by hand. You have to do it by hand, and you know what else I recommend? You use a pair of needle nose pliers, and you use a candle, and you heat the needle so it presses through and goes through smoothly and quickly.
I've also found that you get one of those leather with the metal in the center, sail cloth
Yeah.
sewing thimbles,
Yeah.
so that you can push it through.
So, but sewing, you cannot machine sew adhesive-backed Velcro. You can hand sew it. Okay, if you want to continue using your sewing machine for any other length of time, you cannot sew adhesive-backed.
From experience, you won't even get through what you're trying to do.
Not to mention, you're going to go through a ton of needles. Your needles will break because they're not designed for that.
Now, along those lines, what I've learned with doing the patches and stuff, and Velcro on the Scout Trooper,
Yeah.
was if you take the Velcro or patch or whatever, and you spray the back with Super 77, and you stick it on
Don't
there.
start creating bad habits. Those are bad habits.
But it stays in the same place and works great.
Okay, Super 77 to hold it while you sew it. Is
Yes.
that what you're saying? I can't even get behind that.
Oh,
Nick is in a bunker again. So, no. Ed, primarily the sticky to the armor and our adhesion promoters, whichever you want. I think this is actually will give you a lot more for the value, but I don't think it works as good. And I totally recommend this over that. I just have this, and I have a lot of it, so I brought it out. But I still, when I really want to make it count, and it's something I want to last, this has never let me down. This has been something I've been using my entire automotive career. So this works good, and it works really good with the sticky Velcro. When you're attaching to fabric, it's not going to help you. And you're just going to have to go ahead and use sewable Velcro. You will think the cost stinks. I don't like this, but in the end, you're going to thank yourself, because if you try to hand sew or even machine sew sticky Velcro to your armor, it's just, or to your vest, I'm sorry.
even the fabric sticky Velcro, that stuff.
The fabrics,
never
yeah. Just go and get the sewable. So you're going to have a big strip of Velcro that has nothing to mate to on one end, and then you're going to have another sewable Velcro with a whole strip that nothing mates to. But then you put them back together and reverse the process, and there you go. You made another match. But yeah, it's you know what? My Royal Guard helmets, the visors are Velcroed in. The visor gets a shot of this for this type of Velcro, or no, the helmet gets the fuzzy Velcro, just like I said before. The hook and loop, the hard, aggressive hooks, go away from the person. So when I put my Royal Guard helmets together, they're Velcroed in. So it's clean the spot up with lacquer thinner, because it does have paint overspray from the visor opening. I let that dry. I go in with this. I hit this left, right. I have the visor already prepped, and I hit the corners and the nose where I'm going to apply Velcro. That's been hit, and then I start applying Velcro to the inside of the helmet, the fuzzy facing the person, and the hook, plastic hook aggressive, the more aggressive hook part is on the visor. So it's going to face away from me, because this is a lot nicer than the other stuff to hit your face. And like I said, with the undersuits on your TKs and whatnot, you want this facing you, the fuzzy side facing, instead of the hook side, because the hook side will quite literally, and in a very short time, wear a hole through your Under Armour. So,
And into you.
yeah, and eventually into you, but I'm more worried about buying a new set of Under Armour. I can deal with a little bit of armor road rash.
I don't know, when you get that sweat going
It's
into
the
the road rash.
$45 to replace those pants is what I'm not happy about. All right, so anyway, it was a good discussion. Thank you, Ed, for your questions. I appreciate that, and I hope it helped. Daryl, thank you again for your question, and yes, it will. It's, from my experience, it holds up good in the heat, and especially the sweaty, hot environment underneath your TK armor or your Well, TK armor is where I use it. My Scout Trooper is all snaps, but my TK is all Velcro. So, just to recap before we close tonight, this month's contest is going to be on the 27th. We haven't announced what game it was going to be. I think we're going to do 20 questions trivia, kind of old school, the way we originally started. We haven't done that. Well, we have done that. We did that in May. Maybe I'll let Rodney come up with the questions again if you guys enjoyed the sci-fi questions, not the Star Wars questions.
I'm calling October because I want to do horror movies.
Okay, Rodney wants to do horror movies in October, and I am totally down. It's going to be me movies, isn't it?
Oh, hell yeah!
It's going to be
one movie that everybody knows.
It's going to be like he's going to have one night.
It's
It's going to have one Nightmare on Elm Street question.
We're going to have to proofread his questions beforehand just to make
No,
sure.
I love the sci-fi questions. If anybody wants to go back and watch that contest, those questions I love.
I supplied him with quite a few.
He gave me a lot of
sci-fi
questions, and I cherry picked what went in and what did not.
and that seemed to work. So
Yeah. So, the 27th, it's going to be 20 questions, Star Wars trivia, original trilogy stuff. I'm thinking I might go a little heavy behind the scenes. So think about maybe 10 questions that are going to be special effects type questions. Dan, yeah. Dan, we're waiting until October for horror questions. We might go. I don't know exactly how it's going to pan out, but yeah. I'm going to work on that. We're going to put the questions together. I am saying August. Well, you know what? We're going to be in a tight time crunch thing, especially when we get into August down here in the workshop. So we might be.
We're not
going to miss shows, but we're going to be sandbagging them in. Don't look at me like that. We're not missing shows. We got 8 people that depend on us.
Hills Have Eyes is the theme. Oh, you know.
Okay.
Negatory, Ghost Rider.
Maybe if I can get Matt to do one more Jeopardy before con time, because after con time, Matt's not going to be. He's going to be. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. But. But anyway, the 27th, we're going to give a lightsaber away. We will announce the lightsaber next week. It might be this Luke or Anakin.
I
thought you said Kylo.
Or Kylo.
No, you said
You
Kylo.
definitely said
okay.
Kylo.
It's going to be the Kylo. We're
Did you
going
write it down?
No, I didn't write it.
I'm telling you, you confirmed the Kylo Ren.
You didn't.
Oh, it is confirmed Kylo.
We
Okay.
can go back and watch it.
No, it's Kylo. It's confirmed. It's done. It's Kylo Ren.
The director has said so.
Matt and Brett have been quiet for a while. Do you think they're making out?
Yeah, they left. They're in bed. So that's it. Yeah, it's a good night. Thank you for holding down the fort.
Holding this place in space.
Yeah, holding this place in space. We're just gonna wrap it up. We'll see everybody next week at the same time. And I hope tonight's broadcast helped you. And you can go back and watch and get the part numbers if you need to go try to find and buy that stuff. And I recommend, for a couple bucks, try the 3M stuff. You can't go wrong.
Jordan Arnold just came in and said nerd.
Jordan. It's like, Jordan, didn't I see you racing in Mando armor the other day? Was that
Jordan wants us to do an entire show based on Lord of the Rings. You know this, right?
No. You know what? If Jordan wants an entire night of Lord of the Rings, Jordan can come and co-host. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.